the movement. So, so I want to go back to the first witness, which her name is Karin, and we already know from yesterday's show, and she was actually worked for an employee of the Golden Spring. And the period of her employment started in early 2018 and then all the way to April 2020. And he left for medical reasons. So, and the very first day, which is yesterday's testimony from her, from the direct questioning and also the cross, is people possibly left an impression that she knows what she talks about, right? Just giving her closeness, vicinity, and in the know. And she was the employee interpreter and project assistant. I think that's her title of the Golden Spring. And also she was board members, one of the board members on the Rule of Law Society proceeding. So seems like she is in the know. The things that she talks should have some weight. But I have to say, throughout today's cross-examination, I think the defense team significantly, at least from my perspective, I don't know what the juror's impression was, but significantly weakened what her basically testimony yesterday and earlier today. There is actually a question asked for the first witness, Karin, and the information is about, do you remember, okay, school asked you to research on a DDoS attack. Okay, so
DDoS attack.
Yes, for the audience that you don't know the DDoS attack, it's kind of a form of cyber attack that is very frequently used by the CCP, targeting many, could be individuals, could be entities. If you recall, May 2017, they actually attacked Twitter, which resulted the Miles Guo's account being suspended, not accessible to his followers, right? So this is type of a DDoS attack. So, and the answer from her is yes, she remembers. She said, I was only looked into the attack, gather information on G-media platform. Okay, although the question was more broad in terms of attacking not only G-media, but overall our movement, including probably Rule of Law Society and Rule of Law Foundation, because there is such attack. So there's internal discussion among the board members, okay, on the Rule of Law Society, how they can secure their email communication. So one of the board members at the time, you probably knew, Bill Gertz, William Gertz, a journalist. And he basically suggested they should consider use proton mail because it's more secure. So when this question was asked, ask the witness whether she still remembered, this was a discussion, and her answer is yes. She actually did say yes. So she did confirm. Today, one of the information basically reviewed is Karin was actually the one established the security protocol for the location of the Golden Spring for the office. So she basically developed, and she also made, one of her responsibility was to inform everybody in that establishment to be aware of the protocol that's involved, basically verification procedures for visitors and vendors, and including date, time, reason their visits, and including identification of vendors, and also she was responsible for informing everyone, including the security team, okay, about the protocols and the record, and she was tasked to keep a record of those procedures and making sure everybody is following it. So that she did testify, she doesn't recall that that there is an email that's saying that this is what she did. Okay, so when this was presented, she said, I don't recall any. So one of the highlights that she, through the questioning, is it turned out to be that Karin actually worked for FBI. Do you know that?
How did that come up? How did that question come up, when our defense questioned about her relationship or employment with FBI?
Because asked about China. So, because from the first day's testimony that she mentioned her previous experience, she worked in China for an oil company, and then so asked China, and then she so that question came up with, so when did she work for FBI was not questioned. So we don't know. But let me backtrack a little bit. So how did we get to the question? I think there's a lot of time spent on her role on the board as well, like because she in the previous day's testimony, she knows what she talked about on the board because she voted no on some of the decisions on the board regarding the the PPE, the N95. But then today there's some time spending on a lot of events that happened on the board, even including the date of the board and important subjects such as Sasa Gong's firing by the VOA. It was a special board meeting and she does not remember any of those. Okay, so basically it left me an impression that she really had very selective memory.